Hello, welcome to the harvest season episode number 4. As you guys remember, I started to record this, cover this event back in 2019, if I'm not wrong. Even before I had this channel on YouTube, so I was sharing everything on Twitter. So, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022 was easy, very simple, straightforward, bearish developments before bullish continuation. But this year, I felt a change, that something changed. And my opinion about it is that maybe, probably, the market, let's say, learned that it was too easy or too simple to figure out, okay? So all those bars here are for September since 2018, okay? That's when I started to cover this. As you guys can see, some are bigger, others are smaller, but every September it's bad or awful, okay? So if something changed, what we gotta do? So first we must understand that before we had crystal clear structures that gave evidence that the markets or X asset was going down. And so it happened all those years. So now if something changed, we have to start thinking about the harvest season or September way before September, because this year things started to go down in June, if I'm not wrong. So let me take a quick look here. Yes, 13th of July. That's when things started to go down. So July, August, September, and probably October, right? But before things start to go up again. So my thought is this year, maybe. So I'm I'm not sure because everybody is waiting for the Fed move. Okay, so for example, the Wall Street Journal is they are betting they are reporting that the market's betting that between 70 and 80% are expecting the Fed to not raise rates now. 35% are expecting that maybe they will do on November. Okay, so based on this and everything that we can see in the charts. So for example, let's get closer here on Dow Jones. Let me show you guys. So this time, I believe, so I'm not 100% sure about this, okay? So it is just a guess. I'm really not confident on how things will play till November, okay? So what I think is that is the opposite, that there are 80% chance that the Fed will do raise rates now, and then by November they will stop, and then to the next meeting nothing, and then by March they will start to decrease the rates. Uh, a lot of people is been saying that this is a fact, that they will only make a move once things start to break. So the latest thing that we know about it is that the sales for, if I'm not wrong, new homes, it's down for 45%, 40%. So it's bad, right? So it's not the best thing. And so perhaps the sector is taking uh, way more hit than it showed. So did it break? Maybe. But again, we are not talking about a crash, okay? So my my macro analysis is still the same. 2025 Later 2025, that's when things are going to collapse. Okay. It is even possible to see something late 2025, maybe 2026. This is based on the conversations that we had about the clock. Okay. So if you can go back and check the last videos, you will have a much better understanding. So if I'm right about this, if, okay, so right here, September 28th, if I'm right about this, there is room for one more downside, okay? Looking at structures, patterns, and behavior, it somewhat makes sense, somewhat. So this is what I had drawn before. Something like this. Okay, so you may say, well, this is a break. No, it is not. It tried. Yes. It feels like somehow it is bullish. Yes, it does. But again, it is bullish. I don't think so. Not yet. Okay. So if this is correct and we go down on the next fonts, then it should be look like this. Then maybe you have a clear structure, bullish structure for bullish continuation. So have this in mind. If we go back and look into the bigger one, so I was covering this the whole time. We've been tracking this since the very beginning. Oh, it's here, sorry. Okay, so you can see it's the same behavior and it is not bearish, okay? Not yet. This one is like a mini version of what we had before. You can see it has the same nature, but the size it's way smaller because there is less volatility, okay? Probably it's about uncertainty, doubt. Probably it's aligned with the Fed thing. Okay. So here there is a discussion here because we had more legs than the usual, than the ones we usually see right here. So we had 7 moves. We should have 6, but this is a topic for another day. Again, same behavior, same nature, and let's see. Okay, so now let me show you. Have all this in mind, okay? Because I'm going to show you more. So this is the dollar, okay? And what is interesting here is that back in the day, probably all of you guys remember, unless you are new into this channel, I made it a bullish call. I have a video about this right here. And it even nailed the target. You guys remember this. But right now, at this moment, I am I am kind of in doubt. So I can't make any call here. I'm not feeling safe to make a call, because Fed will lower, they won't do anything, they will. So it's complicated, right? Because we have external events making, shaking, moving the market. And it's kind of complicated. And to be honest, you guys also remember, I was expecting the Fed pivot this year, and it seems it will only come in 2024. And this is about the clock that I mentioned, that I'm concerned if the clock moved forward in time for later 2025, or if, excuse me, if we are going to have 12 months, 2024, plus maybe one or two this year, maybe 14 in total. I don't know. Okay. So based on what we have here right now on the dollar, a few months ago, I was expecting something like this. A loser's rally before going down. The thing here is we are right about the direction, but in the short term, it's not clear. And this is the problem. So the short term is how it is going to behave, not how it is going to reach uh, our expectations, because we are right that the dollar will go down, the euro, GBP, British pound, many other currencies will keep going up. So just a second. So uh, I'm expecting again, but not 100% sure about this, but it feels like that's how it is going to play till November, maybe March. Okay, so let me draw another one for March. Well, man, so we have the spring pivot and the autumn pivot. So if I'm right about this, the losers rally will play out around here. I don't know, maybe, or maybe even a little bit higher before downside. So why I'm so confident that the dollar will go down? Because stocks, gold, silver, crypto, and many other things will keep going up. And so the dollar and the yield will go down. So this is a fact. So now let's go take a look. Oh, and maybe some of you may ask, what about targets? So right now, it's not the time to talk about targets for the dollar downside. Not yet. Okay, so one step at a time. This way, we don't make things way more complicated. Okay. Uh, for example, the euro. So this is the euro. You guys remember the trick? You flip the dollar, you end up with the euro. Okay, because the euro is made by 55% of US dollars. Okay, so again, a little more downside here before more upside. The same thing is true here. A little more upside before downside. Both can have the same nature. Okay. And now to the yield. And here we are. So just a moment. Okay. Very strong, very solid. And so this is the first time I'm going to do this. Let's take a look on what Fibonacci is telling us. I would say 5 and 7080 can be too much. Can be. I'm not 100% sure, but it's possible. So when we do look into patterns, this thing is grinding in a most crazy way ever. And as we do know, when things behave in a way like this, a sharp correction will follow, but not today, not tomorrow. There is also a study that a member of the Champions Club shared under toes. Uh, when we look on the macro, on that phase about the yield, we can clearly see that there is a consolidation period that the yield will stay restrained before a big move. And I believe this is 100% aligned with the 2025 thing, the new 1929 event. So by the time the things start to collapse, the yield and the dollar will most likely soar. Why? Uh, Interest rates will be set probably at 10, 15, 20%, just like Paul Volcker did back in the day. Okay. Uh, some of you guys, I don't know if you guys are following this, but uh, the new candidate for president to become president of Argentina is he talking about a solution that makes completely sense, and it's not the first one to do such a thing, which is to give up on their money, which there is a lot of inflation out of control, to use US dollars. So this way, they can't print any money anymore. They shut down the central bank, they raise rates a bit, they are going to destroy, obliterate 25, maybe 50% of the whole state. Because as you guys know, uh, where there is socialism, communism, all these bad things, the state is way too big. So it consumes a lot of resource. Okay. So, and this, it's also aligned with that event that we can mention. Okay. You guys remember, right? The one that is to come around 2030. So, if many other countries will do this, we don't know. But if they do, it's a way to fix the money printing, which, by the way, it's something that is going to be standard in the near future. Nobody will be able to print. And if they are going to use the dollar and then readjust their currency to the dollar, I don't know, but it makes sense, right? So, again, structures, patterns, behavior, there is room here for more, which means stocks down, yield and the dollar up, and also gold down a little bit. So it keeps ascending and getting tighter, tighter, tighter to the point that it is going to, uh, it's not a break, but to go down. Okay. So it is going to happen soon, but not today. So my opinion, the way I see things now is it's not belief. Okay, as you guys can see, looking to down the dollar, yield, gold, crypto, stocks, everything. Okay, then we look at all those things, try to make sense, and then bang, it's clear. Okay, it is not. We wait. So for example, now let's talk about Bitcoin and then XRP. Okay, I think that's the two most important right now. Okay, so just a second. So why I'm going to talk about Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin is following like I don't even know how to say it's matching down behavior. And we're talking about this a long time ago, right? So it's nothing new. But you guys can see so there's uncertainty and kind of a waiting period like consolidation and Bitcoin is just following along. Okay. So let's talk what people were talking about. So a lot of people were saying, well, uh, there's a big chance, or we have a head and shoulders on Bitcoin. On the previous years, we had uh, 2 or 3 times head and shoulders, but it developed way, way before the third week of September. Excuse me, guys, just a second. Okay, but this time it's late. And if this thing is crystal clear, it will be too easy for people to trade or, to buy and sell. It's predictable. And as we understand that the markets aren't predictable, at least not all the time, right? Sometimes it is, but most of the times it is not. So, in my humble opinion, what is going to happen here, maybe or most likely, is that we are not going to have a crystal clear head and shoulders here, and this thing can just break from here. Okay, so for those of you who are not familiar, this is what people are talking about. So this is bearish. Okay, so what many are expecting is this before going down big time. Uh, Another thing that I believe it's wrong here. Even the expectations for a target on a head and shoulders here, in my opinion, it is not going to play out with or without a head and shoulders. Okay. Again, we are dealing with things that are not 100% clear, but I'm just sharing my thoughts. Okay. So, again, incomplete. And we also have something else that is incomplete that maybe can play out. Maybe. Where is October? Right here, 11 and 11 of November. So, again, just speculating, okay? I'm not making a call here. But this thing is looking in such a beautiful way to mislead a lot of people, okay? So, my thought is we are going down soon. And also, as you guys know, the support and resistance people are buying here and there is no follow through, not so far. And then bang, the Fed raises interest rates again. Then there is a stop, a halt on the markets before they continue going up. Uh, so why will the markets and assets go up before the Fed pivot? Because people who move the markets, they know what's coming. So the same way the markets were going down in advance before September, it's because they knew. So it is also uh, a, a fact. It is also true that the same thing applies when we are going down. Okay. And so if this is right, then not only Bitcoin but everything else will be right, will be ready for bullish continuation, the one that we are expecting. And also there is a Bitcoin halving on April or March. So it's very, very uh, odd, you know. So just give me a second. XRP, okay. Let's take a look on XRP. Okay, so here we are. Uh, you guys remember we had the big movie here based on the trial news that XRP is not a security. So first, let's break down this right here. And then we jump into the macro picture, okay? Just a moment. Okay, so I think I talked about this in a previous video, update for XRP. I don't remember. If I don't, I will record a video about it. But just for you guys to have an idea. Back in the day, We traded this one, made a call here. You guys remember I I recorded a video calling the bull break here, exactly here. It was November. You guys remember. So the sentiment, the way things played out, was exactly the same as the last one. So we had a clear structure right here, right? Was easy. The big upside move and then the bad news for the trial. It went back inside the previous structure in the honey spot. Okay, touch it 38%. I also mentioned this one right here, that this was looking bullish and that we were going up. And by a matter of fact, we did, but we weren't expecting that XRP would stop. We uh, we obtained such information about this, which is XRP is not overperform against the whole markets. So at this moment today, this is a fact, and the price behavior just proved this to us. Okay, so have this in mind. Take notes if necessary, but this is very important for the future. Okay, so crystal clear that we were going up, bullish, bang, back inside. Let's take a look how further back inside XRP went. And again, if I'm right about this September, then there is more room for downside. Right here. So, uh, it's okay. Went so far 6180, but there is a thing. We do understand that there is a new kind of behavior in the crypto market, which is trading back inside previous rejections, both the upside, also downside. This is a fact, okay? It's happening for quite some time, so it is not something new, okay? I'm used to it already. So I can measure or made a proper call how much XRP can go down if I'm right about September. I don't know yet, okay? I'm not made a call, just sharing my thoughts. Have this in mind. But let's say I'm right. I think it is possible to see 41, but let's say the worst case scenario, 38, which would be right here. I saw some people mentioning 28 cents. Why? Oh, the support, the resistance, fame, blah, blah, blah. No, 28 cents, in my opinion, it is not going to happen. Why? XRP on the bigger picture is still 100% bullish. Going back to 28 cents would be a bearish sign. Okay? So there is no evidence to make a bearish call in a bullish trend, right? So 28 cents, it's off the charts. It's bearish evidence in a bullish trend. Does it make sense? So at this moment, some people may say, well, 41, 38, it's nothing, folks. If you are trading, it's a big deal because it's important. But if you are investing, it's nothing. Okay. Uh, Now let's go big. Okay. On the weekly chart, this is looking good. But again, the markets are not ready yet. So it's probably a trap in my opinion. But again, I'm not making a call here. I'm not trying to trade based on this at all. Okay. For example, oh, it's looking good. I'm going to trade. No, the Fed meeting is at the door, and this is no man's land right now. Okay. So if we take a look what we do have right now, so this is not important anymore. You guys probably know why. I will mention just a second. So where is 38 here? Where are you? Okay, fair enough. Even if that worst case scenario happens, it's still looking amazing right here. Okay, looking fantastic. And okay, previous expectations on the macro picture for XRP was before this sad event, XRP going down following everything else, despite the good news. Okay, my expectations before was uh, where not was right where that we could see more strong upside then consolidation to March maybe before bang. So now, based on what we have, again, it's looking great, fantastic, gorgeous. It has to be like this. Okay, could be this, yes, but this is better. We want things straight and right. So, Fed pivot, or most likely the Fed pivot date, spring, by the spring. Then we have the winter pivot right here. So we do have two bullish pivots, the winter and the spring. Both, in my opinion, are can be great. Okay, I am very optimistic about the spring, not so much about winter, but we will find out. Another thing, the fiscal year in the United States ends uh, 30 of September. Okay, so this is very, very important also to have in mind. Keep this, okay? Remember that. And yeah, so let me see if there is something else here. Okay, so let me take a closer look. Why I'm using Ichimoku here? Right there. So, just like before, okay, so this is not because it happened in the past, it is going to happen again. That's not how it works. But, but it's looking good. Okay, so just like we saw back in the day, that was looking gorgeous. Bull break, went back inside just above higher low. Higher low. Okay, looking good. Bullish continuation. Blasted through the cloud, but we still didn't had the change right here. Can you see? From red to green. It's a conversion. Okay. I'm not going to talk about the technical aspects of Ishimoku. That's not what you guys want. That's not what I wanted back in the day when I learned how to use this. We want things straightforward, right? I'm not a teacher about Ishimoku. So here we can see that we had the convergence already, and it's looking good. Just like we had here, first ladder. You can see it here, and the first letter already. Okay, so that's why, actually, that's not why. It's also one of the reasons I am still bullish all the way, but not today. Okay, just waiting a few more weeks, and we are probably going to have a, a much better idea. And also, by the way, for you guys to see, can you see this rejection right here in this candle? Was bullish aggression, was looking good, but then it traded down below the rejection. Okay, so that's the thing I was mentioning before, talking about fake a bull, trade back inside, got a lot of people liquidated, stopped it before bullish continuation. So this is happening a lot. Okay, not something new at all. And as we do can see here, we have a monster rejection. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 inside bar. So this is 4 weeks of inside bar action, but only inside the rejection. So there is proof, the thing that I showing to you guys, it is not a opinion, okay? And if we look at this last candle right here, it's a bullish hammer, right? But we also know that the candlestick fundamentals doesn't work anymore. They don't apply anymore. Okay, so in my humble opinion, this is most likely a trap. Not only on XRP, everything else. Okay. I am missing anything here? No, I don't think so. Target expectations is still the same. Okay. Uh, the same, like always. Nothing changed. Uh, oh, one more thing. Just one. From time to time, a lot of people talk, well, it is going to be 2 digits, it is going to be 3 digits this run. Folks, I will be honest, always, always. I don't think in this run we are going to see 3 digits. In my humble opinion, 3 digits after 2025, the crash, when the whole monetary system in the whole world, it is going to change. And then we are going to see real case utility. I mean, there is already utility today, right? Banks, partners, exchanges, the ODL thing. But the big one, the one that will make price moving like there is no tomorrow with big utility. Okay. So again, my expectations is still around 34, maybe 55. Maybe a little bit more there. It's even possible, maybe, to see 89. But again, I'm not making a bet so uh, a strong bet, like wild numbers. One of the reasons is there will be little time for such a big, 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 massive move. Okay, so we are talking about a time frame of 12 months, maybe 14. Worst case scenario, 18. But in the bigger picture, after 2025, I'm bearish. And so this, at this moment, based on all these things, it's it's my strategy, my plan. That's what I believe, and nothing changed so far. Okay. Uh, yeah. So I probably should record a video about some altcoins like XLM, Algo, Ethereum, and many others, right? So There is also the Hackett Index, the Chinese index, like Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. Uh, Satoshi Vision, in my opinion, is a scam. So, for example, Quant, VET, ADA, Nano, and many, many, many others are in a doomsday path. Now, my opinion, you can look at the charts and figure out by yourself. Okay, they are. It will be like the last breath before things go very, very bad. Okay, so probably the topic for the next video. Yep. So guys, thanks again. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your support. Thanks for all the kind of messages. If this video was somewhat helpful for you, please smash the like button, share with your friends, the cat, the dog, the neighbor, your parents, everybody. Share to everybody. And as many people as possible is aware of the things that are about to happen in 2025, the more people we can save from what is to come. Okay? So it is not just because it's my video, it's because we can help people. Okay? So, yeah, so I'm going to see you guys again soon. Thanks again, and see ya.